All of you to this tour of Belgium. I want everyone to understand that we have picking up guns to defend our land, and the gun is not going down until the Biafra is liberated from the Islamic State of Nigeria. For decades, Biafra people have been treated like slaves within the Nigeria enslavement. Over 100 years, we have suffered marginalization, and we have seen worse than the apartheid in South Africa. Today, Biafra person cannot be a president in Nigeria. Biafra do not have seaport. Biafra do not have the presence of any embassy. Biafra do not have any office or any presence of multinational corporation. Biafra do not have any headquarter of any world class organization. Biafra land do not have the presence of the Nigeria's federal government. Biafra land do not have road. Biafra do not have school. Biafra land do not have hospital. Biafra do not have social amenities. Biafra do not have any presence of Nigeria state within our land. This is not something that started yesterday. This has been the result of the marginalization, discrimination with impunity, the dangerous diversity of the Nigeria state that Biafra people is unfortunately being part of Nigeria. This is a mistake that British government have done, and will continue to hold the British government accountable. Will continue to blame them until the day Biafra will finally gain its freedom from Nigeria. The British, out of their selfish interests, joined people that have nothing in common together, and they begin to compete among themselves, religious-wise, economic-wise, educational-wise, and cultural-wise. And this whole combination of this pull apart from each other become a dangerous diversity that we suffer today. Biafra people embraced Christianity. Christianity preached about love of one another. Christianity preached about do not harm your fellow human. We embrace Christianity. Our cultural and traditional religion also preach the same. Do not harm any person that is your close relative, your friends, extended families, and even foreigners and strangers. This is what our value system is all about. We embraced the foreign God and become even more radical than them. And then as time goes on, we begin to see the Islamic State, we begin to see the Fulanis coming with aggression, coming with terrorists, coming with terrorism, attacking and killing Biafrans since 1945. This led to the declaration of Biafra by Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu in 1967. Nigeria, being a dangerous diversity, witnessed coup upon coup, military coup upon military coup, and as this was going on, Simon Ekpa was not born. From 1967 to 1970, as Biafra struggled to exit Nigeria because they feel that their life is being threatened and their future and existence is being under attack. They fought a brutal war. Simon Ekpa was not born by then. After 1967 to 70 war, Nigeria declared that it was a no victor, no vanquish. By then, Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu was in exile. At the end of the day, he came back. He was celebrated because the decision, he saw what many people did not see. The people who fought Ojukwu today is being massacred in their villages. Gowon is one of them. Gowon village has witnessed the highest IDP camp within the Nigeria state. He didn't see this coming today. Simon Ekpa was not born. In 1970. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1979. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1980. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1981, was not born in 1982, was not born in 1983, was not born in 1984. Simon Ekpa was born in 1985. In 1982 to 1984, a man called Buhari planned coup against Nigeria. Out of this dangerous diversity, he became a military dictator under military rule in Nigeria. It was not as a result of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was not born. People are not asking question, why are there this coup upon coup upon coup within the Nigeria state being carried out by not and of course Yorubas. But whenever this could happen, and if there is one single Igbo man in this coup, or one single Calabar man, or one single Ijaw man in this coup, it become Igbo coup. After that, this man called Buhari committed many atrocities, including an international crime. 1984, they kidnapped a man called Omar Diko from London because he believed, as a Fulani man, he doesn't respect law, not the law of his own country, not the law of any other country. He came back after many years to become a civilian president with impunity. This same man went to Kenya and kidnapped the current leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, there has been killing and killing since 1999 by the group led by Wazirike. Simon Ekpa was not part of it. From 1999, Wazirike Mossop members was massacred in cold blood, killed at every given opportunity with stray bullet, straight shooting, live bullet by the Nigeria state. Simon Ekpa was not part of Biafra then, at least not part of the agitation for Biafra. The same Owazurike Mosob gave birth to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, indigenous people of Biafra, and still the killings of Biafra continued. In all these things that were going on, nobody summoned the courage to resist the killings of the Biafra agitators. In 2020, the Fulani killings and upsurge of terrorists become a thing of concern across the Nigeria state, across the entire Africa. They were ranked the number 4 most deadliest terrorist group in the world. And because our people become helpless and nobody was speaking for them, and none of these people who call themselves leaders from the eastern part of Nigeria were making any move to protect the women and children from Biafra territory. It was what gave the birth to the formation of the Eastern Security Network.
People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabangeri in Kanu, are they living are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. World aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people that have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant.
Like the leader of that Boko Haram, I mean, the sum of about 431 million US dollars, right, was sent to him or wired to him for Boko Haram from the UAE and other Arab districts, which was used. This intelligence was shared to us by the United Arab Emirates.
You jail Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out.
Okay.
Because that is the ideology. I keep saying Biafra is an ideology. The things the youths are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north. You arrest terrorists in the north. And what do? You call them repentant. And you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard.
Ex-British cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving to people is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them. Ex-Brigadier cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafrans already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So the Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving to the is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Simon Ekpa. Biafra Gerisi. Biafra will swallow you because you are not pure. You are not whiter than white. You are not whiter than snow. After Chiamaka Ajere speaks, I'll be dropping it as it comes.
Ekene m onye ọbụla Igbo ka m na-asụ na-enu nwoke m anya na kedu ihe nwoke m jizi agba mbọ karịa ndị nwe obodo nwoke m akpọrọ Elias Grasolis kedu ihe o jiziri wuru n'ọnya nwa bụzi Biafra n'isi karịa ndị Biafra unu na-ajụkwa onwe unu ajụjụ unu na-echekwa echiche Chineke na-enyere ya aka nwoke ma na dizikwa egwu karịa ndị Biafra ọ na-agbazi mbọ inweta Biafra karịa ndị Biafra ọkwa efugo onye uche ya dịrị ọgụ uche gị gbaa mbọ dịrị ya onye anaghị anụ ya gbaa mbọ nụma jikodo onwe gị ajụjụ nwa obere ajụjụ kedu ihe mere nwa amadi ya jizi pụta bụrụzie Biafra n'isi jikodo onwe gị ajụjụ kedu onye kpọtara nwa amadi ya iji onwe gị ajụjụ kedu otu o siri bata n'ime Biafra ka ezi ihe onye nwe ozu onye beka kezi ihe mmadụ jizi ebekarị akwa enyi nwaanyị kezi ihe onye bịara akwamozu jizi na-ebe akwa karịzie ndị nwe ozu ọ gịnị na-emenụ unu aka gidi mesi isi ahụrụ m na nwere onwe anyị na-azọ Biafra na ọ wụrụgo ihe anyị nwa agwụgwụ ndị iberibe onye pụta ọnara ego onye pụta ọnara ego ọbara unu a na-atọrọ ya ego na-eri ma onye ukwu ma onye nta onye pụta sapara aka ewere ego so ka anyị mara ego dị n'ihe ebe ego ga-apụta unu aga ekwe ebe ego anaghị apụta legodi ihe na-eme n'Ọkigwe lee ihe na-eme na-arọ ndị Izọgụ ego ofu ego a unu chọrọ ego onye ọbụla bakwara onwe uru onye ọbụla bakwara onwe uru ihe a unu na ha adọ obido unu aga anọkwatakwa unu agaghị anọkwatakwa unu ji unu ekwe ka onye outsider onye abụrụ onye Igbo onye abụrụ onye Biafra bịa ọ na-adọkasị unu na-etiwasị unu isi unu niile ka na-agwa okwu a ore etikasịsị unu isi ọdọta isi onye ọjakọsịa na nke onye ọdọta nke onye ọjakọsịa na nke onye unu a na-egbu onwe unu legodenu nwa amadi a n'ihe ofụma ka ihe o ji wu n'ọnya nwa na-ajakọsị unu isi ma ndị ọ na-eduhie eduhie ma ndị ọ na-edufu edufu bara onwe gị uru nwanna bakodoro onwe gị uru chee echiche banyere onwe gị chee echiche banyere ihe ị na-eme chee echiche banyere ndị gị na ha so ekene m onye ọbụla Igbo ka m na-asụ nenu nwoke m anya na ihe nwoke m jizi agba mbọ karịa ndị nwe obodo. Nwoke Mayas Grasolis kedu ihe o jiziri wuru n'ọnya nwa?
I am not a pushover, and I believe Nigeria have seen that. If you think that Simon Ekpa is somebody you can push over, then you don't know me. I am here to end Tinubu. I am here to end Nigeria. I am here to end the Usman Dan Fodio legacy. I will end it. The people who have ended it in their different countries doesn't have to end. I am going to be more than any of all those people who have fought freedom, including Gandhi. I am here to be more than Gandhi. Gandhi did not even fight the kind of demons that we have in Nigeria. Nelson Mandela did not fight the kind of demons that we have in Nigeria. And so I brought out myself, I'm well cooked for this particular freedom. So anybody thinking that Simon Ekpa is going down, you don't know what is coming. You still have a long way to go. I will be here to finish this job, and by December I will issue a declaration for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, and the flag of Biafra will rise very, very high all over the world. That day, every license office all over the world of Biafra will rise the Biafra flag very, very high. We will raise it very, very high from homeland to all over the world. And then after that, the diplomatic battle will begin for recognition of Biafra government.
Ex-British cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafrans already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving to is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
When they tell you that people are suffering in Biafra, you think that they actually care because people are suffering? The answer is no. They don't care shit about you. Sorry about my language. They don't care. These people don't care if you die. How many people have died in northern Nigeria? Do they care? Are they not human beings? Are they not Nigerians again? Do you see them showing any concern? The answer is no. They share concern in the southeast. Oh, people are dying for sit at home. No! They actually understand the consequences of the sit at home as a vote of no confidence and as a loss of territory and legitimacy to the Biafra people. That's what they are shouting about. Not because of you. The people that threaten to lock your shop if you don't open, does that show care? So what sense does it make? If you did not open your shop, we are going to lock it. So is that how to show you love? That you must open your shop, otherwise they are going to lock it. They are actually threatening you, doing the thing they are accusing Biafra of doing. So if you do not open your shop, we are going to lock it. And if you open one and you don't open, they will lock it for 1 month. You will never, they will see your shop forever, and you will not sell again. Does that show you that they actually love you? So if somebody who actually cares that you are not going to shop to make money, is it by locking it up if you don't go? The answer is no, because they never care. They only care about restoring this particular integrity they have lost to the Biafra government. That's all.
Good afternoon, Biafrans. Thank you so much once again for joining me on this second edition of our broadcast. The first edition, check the first edition in the morning, and this second edition, in this second part of this broadcast, we are going to use it for people to come online, click the link, or call on the line on the studio and make their own contribution concerning the Igbo politicians and their likes, their hatred for our leader, and their hatred for Biafra freedom. So I welcome you back to the questionnaire once again. It is very important and imperative that we continue to send this message out to our people for them to understand that the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention is because of the hatred that all these Igbo-speaking politicians, all these efulefus, all these selfish elders, selfish politicians, certain individuals who say they come from the southeast. They call themselves the elites, the money bags, the kingmakers. There is no name they have not called themselves, but they have not demonstrated that that which they call themselves is actually what they are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention for 4 good years, and this Igbo intelligentsia, they call themselves, Igbo politicians, have not been able to put their ass together to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you check other regions, the Yorubas have free Sunday Igboho, the Fulanis have free Daba Kyari, and they continue to wreak havoc on the terrorists, on the Nigerian people. The Fulanis are aiding their terrorists, like you can see them on the screen. This is Gumi. Gumi was telling the Ifulefus, the Southeast governors who are misguided elements in Biafra, telling them to recruit their fellow brothers to come and fight the Biafran Defense Forces. And they are doing it as well. They are dancing to the tune of the terrorists in our land. Why the Nigerian government, politicians from the north, the southwest are negotiating with the bandits, with the herdsmen, with the Meeti Allah, with the ISWAP, with the Boko Haram, with Ansawaro, and all the terrorists that they created. They are negotiating with them, funding them, and reintegrating them into the Nigerian armed forces. But come to Biafra land, they arrest unarmed civilians, they kill our people, invade our communities, they bomb our communities, kidnap, harass, intimidate our people. And the Southeast politicians who say, oh, that they are the be-all and end-all of what's happened in Biafran territory, they are quiet. Why are the politicians quiet? Because they hate the freedom of their people. So in this second edition of our broadcast this afternoon, I will encourage each and every one of you to join me on the studio and make your contribution, because of course you know what is happening. That the social media is agog today with every information or every atrocity of the Nigerian terrorist state is because of the awareness that have been created by the Biafran Republic government in exile media. Yes, this awareness is just coming to limelight because the mainstream media, the foreign medias are now talking about it. But this is what the Biafran people, the Biafran media, our leader, our prime minister, and all the agitators have been talking about for a very long time. We have continued to shout, we have continued to write, we have continued to make on spaces. We tell the world what is happening in Nigeria, how Nigeria are destroying lives, how they are displacing communities, how they are Islamizing the people, and how they are carrying out genocide against indigenous people. More importantly, in the Christian populated areas, in Biafra land, in southern Kaduna, in Middle Belt, in Benue, in Plateau, in Kaduna, in Shos, in Borno. People who are affected by this terrorism are only Christians. We have continued from time immemorial to educate our people, to make the world come to our rescue. But they pretend as if they don't know what is happening to Biafran territory. But thank God, the Biafran Republic government in exile, through our lobbyists and our attorneys, and by the actions and activities and the continued consistency of the messenger of Biafra, the acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere in Washington, D.C. He has been able to create that awareness, and this is the result of that awareness, the bombardment about the atrocities of the Nigerian government by the mainstream media right now. So this is an awareness that has been created by the Biafran Republic government in Ezai media. And that is why the whole world is rising up and waking up now to talk about the Nigerian government killings of the Christians and the Christian population and their Islamization agenda in that part of the world in Nigeria. So this is an opportunity on this second stanza or this second part of our broadcast for you to join me on the studio and make your contribution. Very, very important. So I welcome each of every one of you once again, and I encourage you to like and share, and make sure that you share it to different platforms so that this atrocity of the Nigerian government against our people, the world will continue to know about it. The words of Gumi, this is where Gumi was telling them to recruit. Gurim was telling them that they should recruit and train the Igbo youth to fight IPOB. This is in January 2025. And immediately Gumi made that statement. Their stooges in Biafran territory, the southeastern governors, who are the architects of the misfortunes and the killings, disappearances, intimidations, and harassment that is happening in our communities and states, they now picked it up and started recruiting Ebubago, started recruiting Udogachi, Nande Akodo, Nande Aka Ihenwa. They are flooding Biafran territory with all these misguided Igbo youth who are carrying arms. And the only thing they can fight is to look for those who are fighting for their freedom. And this is what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been talking about for a very long time. And that is the reason why they kept him in detention. Even when they tell you that the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the reason for insecurity, but yet they have refused to release him from DSS custody. This is Gumi, why he was telling the governors to make sure that southeastern states of Biafra land is not safe. And the governors obliged him. The governors obliged him, and we are doing his bidding. This man here is an emir in one of the northern states. This emir ordered the arrest of those who are fighting the terrorists in their region. This emir, these are the people here under Neze. All these people that you see here, all of them are terrorists, each and every one of them. And this is their terrorist emir, supporting kidnapping, supporting killings, supporting invasion, supporting Islamization, supporting kidnapping, supporting organ harvesting. These are the people that they are using to cause insecurity in the northern and the southern regions of Nigeria. These are the terrorists themselves. This is the terrorists having meeting, taking photo sections with politicians from the north. Look at them carrying sophisticated weapons to take pictures from the north. And their politicians are supporting them. Their politicians are aiding them, protecting them, encouraging them to go to communities and over. But in the southeast, the politicians are only looking for those who are fighting for freedom. If they see you with arms as a Biafra agitator, they tell the government to come and whisk you away. They come and arrest you. They come and kill your family. This is unacceptable. And this is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was against all these atrocities that is happening in Nigeria today and in Biafran territory. These are people that were killed by Gumi and gang of terrorists. Look at them, how they are having mass in order to give them burial. What is the essence of this mass? Where you cannot protect these people from being killed. And the people that are talking about the protection of all these people, you are supporting them, supporting the government to clamp down on people who are forming securities in their various communities to protect their people from being killed. This is so heartbreaking. The Igbo politicians, the Igbo billionaires and millionaires, they hate our freedom. They hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm going to play you good 18. One of those who have not been supporting Biafra have just spoken out, Okuruora, who was being used before against his people. I'm going to play you the voice of what he said about all these Efulefus who call themselves the leaders of thought, who call themselves elites, who call themselves policymakers, who call themselves elites and politicians from the southeast. They are the reason why our people are still being harassed and intimidated by the Fulanis, because the elders from our land have already sold themselves to the devil. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration, continued detention, should be a wake-up call for each and every one of you to stand up and stand for what is right. Because you can see here the terrorists are pampered, they are guided and shielded, and even supported and reintegrated into the Nigerian system. But the Biafran agitators are being harassed, kidnapped, and killed, even by their own governors and by their own people, whom the Nigerian government are using to fight against our freedom. The politicians from the southeastern states, politicians from Biafra, have demonstrated their hatred for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and their hatred for the freedom of our people. If you don't know that, I want you to know that. The politicians hate you from being free. They want you to remain slaves in Nigeria. They never wanted any one of us to be free. They want us to continue to shout with them, Allah wa Akbar. They want you to be converted to Islam. They don't want you to have good life. They don't want you to be employed. They don't want you
When they tell you that people are suffering in Biafra, you think that they actually care because people are suffering? The answer is no. They don't care shit about you. Sorry about my language. They don't care. These people don't care if you die. How many people have died in northern Nigeria? Do they care? Are they not human beings? Are they not Nigerians again? Do you see them showing any concern? The answer is no. They share concern in the southeast. Oh, people are dying for sit at home. No! They actually understand the consequences of the sit at home as a vote of no confidence and as a loss of territory and legitimacy
to the Biafra people. That's what they are shouting about. Not because of you. The people that threaten to lock your shop if you don't open, does that show care? So what sense does it make? If you did not open your shop, we are going to lock it. So is that how to show you love? That you must open your shop, otherwise they are going to lock it. They are actually threatening you, doing the thing they are accusing Biafra of doing. So if you do not open your shop, we are going to lock it. And if you open one and you don't open, they will lock it for 1 month. You will never, they will see your shop forever, and you will not sell again. Does that show you that they actually love you? So if somebody who actually cared at you are not going to shop to make money, is it by locking it up if you don't go? The answer is no, because they never care. They only care about restoring this particular integrity they have lost to the Biafra government. That's all.
You see, their only care is about their selfish interests, about their political career. Let me play you one of their selfish interests, what they care about. Let me play you what their focus is on. Even when their land is under siege, even when their people are being spied, are being killed, this is what they are focused on.
Justice Akpovi's decision, and I repeat, Justice Akpovi's decision to use a pre-election matter to attempt to void the supreme will of our people is very disappointing, and we will challenge it vigorously at the appeal court. And God's willing, we will claim the sacred victory given to us, for which they have one pulling in it out of 346, men of no shame, and they rush to court because they want to destroy the integrity of our judiciary. We, the Imo of today, have acquired a tag of a breeding ground for activities undermining democracy, electoral process, rule of law, and even daily waste of human life. People are being killed left, right, and center, and the organs harvested.
You see, that is what they are caring about. Their focus is on election matters. Their focus is only how to make money out of Nigeria. Their focus is contracts they are going to get from the Nigerian state. That is where all their focus is coming from. No other place. Why their people are dying, where their people are quiet, all these politicians from the southeast, their focus is on their political ambition. And that is why they don't give a damn about Biafra, our leader Mazen Nandekano. But we are going to tell them that we are the owners of the land. The worst they can do is when the politicians call them, give them 500 naira to come and protest. You think that they are protesting for something that is meaningful to them. No. They are protesting because of the money that is given to them. Not because they love Mazen Nandekano, or not because they want Biafra. They want the freedom of their people. No. All these people are useless. All these people, they are really not people that we should be proud about. They are agents of the terrorist state in our land. And that is why we are going to vet each and every one of them when Biafra is fully restored. These are political elders, political Igbes, politicians, Ezes, PGs. They are all politically inclined because of their self. They left a man who wants a better life for them and their children to languish in the DSS custody. But that's not going to happen, because eventually our leader will be freed. These people are political elders. These people are the foolish elders that have grown old, that they can be given 50 naira or 500 naira to come and protest for 4 good years. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, and up to today, they did not protest in 2021 that our leader was kidnapped, 2022, 2023, 2024. They did not protest. They are protesting at this time. That is to tell you that all these people do not mean well for you, the same way they did not mean well for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. They are all focused on their political ambitions and the money that they get from the politicians. That is why they were not even ashamed of themselves to come out at this particular time. Useless, idiotic elders. Igbo politicians hate Mazin Nnamdi Kanu the same way they hate our freedom. The same way the woman that you are following in Georgia hate our freedom, and she is also working with these Igbo politicians. So all of you that we are following Ngozi is also working with all these politicians. And that is why she tried everything she could to destroy. She admitted to speaking and talking with these politicians. And that is why everything that you see her doing today is all focused against our government, trying to destroy the government of Brigi.
They are crying. They will not cry in the public, but I watch their cry in the mirror every day. They cry. For the past few days, they have been having meeting. How to approach Simon Ekpa. How to negotiate with Simon Ekpa. I am saying it openly this evening on this space. I am not open for negotiation, and no Biafra person serving under Biafra government is open for negotiation. If I hear that you are talking to anybody back home, you are out of the government. Our talk with them will start by pulling the military out of Biafra street. Our talk with them will start when we see Mazin Nnamdi Kanu walking freely out of the DSS dungeon. That is the term and condition of negotiation. Apart from that, we will give you ×3 of what we have given you before.
Yes, my deputy PM, I want to ask this question as a Biafran, as a concerned citizen of Biafra. I also ask this question as a citizen who wants this government to succeed. And I'm also asking this question as a member of BWOC, Biafran Writers of Conscience. Before I forget, my deputy PM, you made mention of having a call with one of the administrators, or do I say brother to a governor in that contraction called Nigeria. And I don't know how that will sound, in the ears of Biafrans, please, is that wise to call or make call or allow your phone number to be with the terrorist Nigerian state administrators?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this guy, he was my schoolmate. Actually, we were all in Uniben together, Pedro Abaseki. So he is my friend. But the thing is that he's championing this Edo course and all that. And then he called to tell me that Urobo Isoko is not, it shouldn't be part of Biafra. But remember, Biafra has Urobo Isoko state. So all I explained to him is that if he wants, I'm going to give him the administrator of Urobo Isoko state, and they can have that chat among themselves. Yeah. But there's nothing to worry. I mean, we're schoolmates at Uniben. And we reach out to each other every now and then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If you oblige me, I have like 5 pressing questions that I believe Biafrans as well will like me to ask you.
No.
Okay, tell me what is the difference and the people who hated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What is the difference between Ngozi and the people who are not supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands against is what Ngozi Orabueze is actually doing today. Fighting against what our leader stands for.
Ex-Brigadier cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving to is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
What is the difference between Ngozi, who is telling you now that once the Biafran government makes 5 steps or takes 1 step, that she and her cohorts will take 5 steps against the Biafran government? The same thing that the politicians are doing in their homeland. The same thing that they are fighting against is what Ngozi also is fighting against. The same thing the politicians are fighting for is what Ngozi is fighting for. And that is why they hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they hate our freedom.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran. I served in the United States Congress for approximately a quarter of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias Gerasulis is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but with him while I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people, and at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim. And it's an honor to be working with you on this, and we appreciate your lending your support, someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name I am a good friend, and I am one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in the struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities.
Join us on the studio. Click the link and join us on the studio. Want to know your thoughts? Why the politicians who hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that even while the North are fighting for their terrorists, those from the Southeast are fighting those who want to liberate them from the terrorists. It is very, very sad. So join us on the studio and make your contribution. Very, very important. Very, 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 very important. We want to know what you have to say. Our Prime Minister and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have done more than enough for each and every one of you. We must appreciate the good work that they have done. You must appreciate what they have done for our freedom, the sacrifices that they have paid and continue to pay. We must appreciate it.
Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum.
So join us on the studio.
He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world.
That's Elias, our lobbyist, enumerating what the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekwanjoko, have done for our freedom, the establishment of BRGIE, and the liaison offices all around the world, all for the betterment and for the freedom of the Biafran nation.
I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington,
So join us on the studio and make your contribution. Make your contribution, Biafrans, because we have a lot to say. Yeah, but before we go into that, I want you to listen to how this our brother called out the Southeast politicians who incidentally come from Biafran territory, who come from the same region with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, yet they have not been able to showcase the equality that they ascribe to themselves. I want you to pay very close attention.
Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, a very good evening, wherever you might be joining from. Some of you might have read them, and some of you might be wondering why if this is a crucial broadcast at this time. Oh, with them too much. For the past 2 days, I'm now Nnamdi Kanu. And Africa I'm clip in the northern part of Nigeria, where state government will be sent by the federal government to negotiate with a terrorist. And all that. And I do not matter on those Igbo. And I do Igbo politicians, Governor Peter Simba, Governor Hope, Governor Obonia Francis Umefuru, Governor Alex Oti, and of course, Governor of remaining Anambra Governor Charles Chukuma Soludo. I saw a news, Governor Oti assuring the people of Abia State and of course, Igbo tribe that is going to ensure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released. But then, where do we go from here? A lot of things are kusifine, man. So, today, eventually comparable, Ndi Igbo nwere ego before and Ndi Igbo nwere ego now. Today, we have a lot of Instagram billionaires in Igbo. And we have a lot of Igbo people inconsequential in Igbo. When you find them in Igbo, Basalofa, then they can say, everybody in Igbo. When they kidnap one year in Igbo, or so they go for Biafra. Ije Imo State, Anambra, or some part of Enugu, Abia. Mother, or 1 year, what boy on a live video. Enjoy your Bulo Biafra, singing on our truck at Biafra, I went now, you see, why not Undi, Bondi, Ibojibiri? Why not EJ for release of Nnamdi Kanu under whatever circumstance? Obu na mmadụ gbaguzie 1 year n'Imo State, ma na Anambra, ma na Enugu, ma na Abia, ma na Ebonyi. Ka anyị mara n'ife kpatara ya. Because all those nuisance make people ada anata befa onye nke ifuru ogburu okpu Biafra. Anyị amazi nke bụ onye Obi Gwekuru na-ekwusi ụwa anyị amaghị onye bụ onye ọgbachukotọlụ. Enwere oge etikatara egwu Oliver Ikoku tube igwe ndezi n'ifite afra. Ọ gbaghị igwe ozuo ome osi nwata sikọ.
First of all, I want to clarify one issue here before I continue. There is nothing like Okpu Biafra. Biafra. So I want you to know that there is nothing like Okpu Biafra. So anybody that is coming to wear anything to say he's fighting for Biafra does not mean that that Okpu is for Biafra. There are a lot of people who are using the name of fighting for Biafra to intimidate our people, to kidnap people, and to extort money from them. We understand that. But the real genuine freedom fighters never do that. Our government and the de facto government in the homeland are the ones responsible for the liberation of the Biafran people from Nigeria. So there is nothing like Oku Biafra.
One of the strongest people in Igbo. No, Igbo kusie ike. Oga abụrụ oge ndị politicians na-atara igwe n'ala. Onye a na-ebi igwe gọvanọ kịta. Can you imagine na ala Igbo gọvanọ na-editamin onye ga-abụ igwe? Ọrụ arụ ka ọ bụ. Before bụ no, even gọvanọ na ndị Yoruba kịta pụta ọtara igwe n'ala. Asị even na Olu of Warri, gọvanọ bịara tara ya n'ala. Ebe ị ga-eje na ana Yoruba ma Hausa, ifu hierarchy or monarchy, gọvanọ hapụ ịtara ya n'ala. Ọ n'ala Igbo, only ala Igbo amụna gị nọ ka gọvanọ na-enye igwe certificate. Ọ kwụọ igwe 100,000 at the end of the month. Who does that? Enwekwu oke Jakota na-ege. Onwe onye ọ kpọrọ Awọkọ, one of Nzam. Ọ na-etu igwe ndị Nzam afa. What you listen to, if you na-eke Igbo, ndị mmadụ ka onye bụ Awọkọ, one of Nzam, asụ na a very strong igwe ka ọ bụ. No igwe na-ada abụ ife, no nonsense igwe, no igwe na-ama mfu mmiri, were ndị na-enye ndị ọzọ. A na-ajụ ka ife na-eme n'ala Igbo. Igbo nwere ndị nwere ego. Ama m onye bụ Zenko. Ama m onye bụ Panteka. Ama m Obi Kubana. Ama m Flavor. Ama m Kubana Prime Minister. Ama m Kubana White Lion. Ka onye m amara all of them. Ọba ha niile afa. Mmadụ niile ọnụ kataka one day gba plane jee Abuja. Seek audience presidency. Sinamiko Nnamdi Kanu si onye fia na enwezi efe mere ọzọ si hold ha responsible. May his soul rest in peace. Senator Ifeanyi Uba, I watch him with the Ifeanyi Uba in Abuja. Now your federal government. Sibonia Nnamdi Kanu, the only female, see who you are responsible as a serving senator, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I want you all to understand that most of these people who are outside the liberation or the freedom of their people, they don't know actually what is happening in this movement. They don't even know the people who contributed to the plight and position of our leader and condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. So when they speak from the point of view of ignorance. So Okuruala happens to be one of them. But the reason why I'm playing his voice is because he said a lot of good things. He said a lot of things that are true. But when he says something that is wrong, I will also come to debunk it, because when he tells you that Ifeanyi Uba, the late Ifeanyi Uba, was actually having the interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at heart, I want you to know that that is a lie from the pit of hell. But the truth of the matter is that he doesn't have the information that led to the kidnapping, that led to those who contributed to the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So to him, everybody is a saint. But for most of us who have been into this liberation, we know those who contributed what, and we know what the Southeast governors contributed in making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is today. And that is what I want him to understand, that the reason why these people he's calling out are not coming for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because they are benefiting from the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Why you materialize of not say find your back? Governor Enugu Agaro, Senator Enugu Agaro, Senator Sima Agaro, Ngabi Agaro, Governor Ebonyi Agaro, Senator Ebonyi Agaro. Ikem Bachuku Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the only man oge Shagari bụ president. Vice president ya bụ Alaeze Ekwueme. Ndị Igbo nwere ego ma ndị Igbo so n'ihe a na-eme. Someone like Mike Ajegbo, MST. Someone like Chubo Okadigbo. Somebody like Jimmy Fanny Chukumobodo. Somebody like Dan Obajaka is the Chuku Transport. Somebody like Kennedy Chuku. Ndani Governor Anambra State. Someone like Gemafia, Governor Odela of Anambra State. Akoba Leseku Emono. I see a year Begoya, not our vice president. 1 year okay. Northern Ivory Coast, Northern side. Okay, two states came with an Igbo, Anambra, Imo, and where Enugu, and where Ebonyi, where Abia. Oliver Kokuja, Kokusina, no Bonya on Nigeria, no Bonya Biafra, no Bonya Igbo, no Bonya Biara, no Bonya Anambra, no Imo Kobo. Asia, let's say, Ku and Mayor Beboya, Mokoko. Almost as the vice president in Nigeria. Ojuku Abatoro. And even the woman for this year. Alice Ekwueme started negotiation and the Igbo gathered together. They went to Shagari because more hard on Ivory Coast to not talk about that. Oga Koliva the Kokukuregu. Oh my work on Nato Juku. Osin only 1 year on also more than there. Before the other there. Neme nwata ka emere ibi ya obi dị ya mma. Osi ndị niile na-achị Naịjirịa na ọnụ m ekene ụnụ. Chukwu gọzie ụnụ niile. Ọ maka ndị na-achị Biafra m everyday na-agbali president. Ịgbalụ president for 2-3 years enwere ife ịgbalịta ya. Ọ uche ka eji eme ife. Asị na uche bụ nkata. Oliver de Coque jere na studio si ndị na-achị Naịjirịa. And the Radio Nigeria, and the Television Authority, my federal government of Nigeria, also no new economy. Man, only 1 year no so the Yori Adagaya, and I hear on Madagaya. Also, what I came at Libya, no big idea. AJ Mirage in the Boden Igbo on the here Lagos. So, men on 4 there. So men don't forget most of these guys in a Shayitinibu I want money every day. Oh God, we don't meet a Shayitinibu, more mania, may TikTok, may Instagram. Only Shayitinibu Yapiko. No other does it bed no. And we miss Grant. No Funa Mother Nemo States. Nda Abrandi Biafra. Nda Atonaka Biafra Bia. Nda Bundine. The opportunity of the insecurity. Uru Biafra na Bobo Mundefa. Ichoka Biafra Bia, Ine Bundi Gabu Biafra. Biafra Bia, Gabu Sodi Boy Biafra. I don't get it. So do.
And let me make it categorically clear here what he said. If you listen to what I said before, you can see where Gumi was telling the governors to recruit Biafrans to fight against Biafra. The Udogachis and the Ibubagos and the Sawana are the ones that are killing Biafrans, saying they are fighting for freedom. So what he's saying here is not applicable to the Biafran Defense Forces. Rather, it is only those that the governors are using in order to tarnish the image of the BDF that he's referring to here. So I want you to know that what he's saying here is for those whom Gumi said they should come and fight against Biafra freedom fighters. And when the Biafran Defense Forces fall one of them, they will now use it for propaganda that Biafrans are killing themselves, whereas the same one that was killed was actually coming to kill Biafrans as well.
Some people want to hear you. I said, when I did one more leg on Lagos. I said, I want to now the can organ failure, not organ issues. I can agafia, I can azuafia. I don't want the Buhari to Nigeria. As soon as Buhari declared Tompolo wanted, from he declared Tompolo wanted doing the Tompolo contract. Emma why? Oh my God, I want the Bamaturu or the Kabaka Tompolo see. I said, no, if I want a Kabia Bahamoto wage. They are bigger than federal government. Kemaka Sunday bo ebono. Sunday bo the free. May enjoy federal wealth. Mmadụ ka ihe money bụ onye Igbo. Achọrọ m ka unu na-ede afa ndị a na comment section ka nna akpọfa. Mmadụ ka Emmanuel Emerike bụ onye Igbo. Mmadụ ka Emmanuel Mikel Obi bụ onye Igbo. Mmadụ ka Bọkwa Ngozi Eze kwesịrị bụ onye Igbo. Mmadụ ka Madueke bụ onye Igbo nke nwunye ya served as minister before. Kụbanụ ndị Igbo gbasiri ike unu ma. Ama m oge Chukwu Emeka Eziife jee na Abuja baa akwa si kpọnye ya Nnamdi Kanu bọọsụ ya so bịa kpọnyere ya. Ama m oge former aviation minister Kemafia let me remember his name all last year. Mba zuru ike ama echi jee na Abuja na-ebe akwa si federal government ya bụ last wish ya. Na ọ bụrụ na agbanye ya Nnamdi Kanu he can now die in peace agbanyere ya. Ụdị ego ndị Igbo nọ na Lagos nwere ego ndị Igbo nọ n'ụwa ọzọ nwere go to New York quote me. Onye ọbụla nọ everyday akpọpụta Nnamdi Kanu with the same attire. Emechaa ya akaja akpụpụ ya agwa anyị na onye ọbụla nobody is interested in the case. Mana the same government in Nigeria but are criminals. In fact, the criminals to capital, they came with their arms and ammunition. All of them came. Pure when they negotiate, Pure go be the fact. We identify as a terrorist in a Bumado. And there's a woman Igbo. Open up and Buhari go. There's a when an Igbo kita yere me born in it. On the name of governor Yeru certificate, or is your equal back and salute on certificate. Equal back and Peter Banana certificate. Equal back and more pose on him Manana certificate. You couldn't even when I need Boyana Wood. 5 Southeast Eastern governors. Shame on all of you. Men. You value your seat as a governor more than the right thing to do. Number 1. Sunday can more case in the city. Mbassy number first in the city, and around about to February Opuguita. I am the Bamonanya. I said, no, Madu Cage, Amaro Bodo. I said, no, Madu Badres Obodo. I said, go be near Obi Kubana. I said, you want that? Yes, money. Joe Wizaza. Gabriel Sebana food Bavana Mumana. I said, I am Mumana, the party in the pizza on the chair. Maluna, when they can't chat, I'm private jet. Government, because one of the one of the Balian mother. Obviously, when you don't know about the federal government for many years, you don't need anyone on dividend. Unu jẹ́ your pico. Chief Priest for Deputy Vice President. Sepulana. Amani yon akwea. Chief Priest, they want to kill your VP Shetima. Sia pico. Nan the kind of one day I take out this here. Ndi boyana mabuko no. My senator. In fact, my days, I don't know my days in Ubo. Our days is another statesman. For that days, you're going to go to the Babangida Smell of billionaire. I days and Ubo Prince, I days and Ubo Prince, Ibe Chuku, Ima Pamara Fire, Prince Chuku, Ozi Igbo ndụ. If you want happy, now you want happy about this. And that is a way, that is a prince. 1 year mo kebi igwe. Ndị igwe nọ n'ala Igbo from Ebonyi to Enugu to Anambra to Abia to Imo yere megbu unu niile. Ọ bụ na Igbo bụ igwe n'ala Igbo yere megbu ogi. Ụdị ife ama mme na Niger Delta. Ọkpata polo bakatara ike. Nyekata nsogbu egbu ihe obi igwe. Ọrịbịa na teritori to polo ịbịa kpọrọ mmadụ. Ịbịa na teritori asarị dọkụba bịa kpọrọ mmadụ. Ka o jee na gbamatụrụ ebe onye na-azọ gọọmenti to polo. Ịbịa kpọrọ mmadụ. Nnamdi Kanu nọ na nga enerekata m onye anya mmiri ju m anya nsị ka m mee vidio akwụmụrụ m ọtọ. Ndị Igbo, shame on all of us. Na-edenu m afa ndị isi ukwu a n'ala Igbo. I want to call all of them, thank all of them. Enwere onye a na-emere ebere onye nna ya enyi. Ụdị ego ụmụ Igbo nwere na Lagos. Ụmụ Igbo nọ na Lagos sọsọ ha jaa Abuja. Ha ga-enweta ọdịensị president. A ga-akpọrọ Nnamdi Kanu bonye ha. Whether with condition or no condition, I don't care. Kiyere mere ihe. Achọrọ m ka unu na-agba afa ha niile ka m na-emenshọn ha. Oge ọbụla asị gị onye nke a Joe Wizaza, asị gị onye nke a E-Money, KC, P-Lord, Bitcoin Chief, all of them. Echekata m ihe ata asị ọ gị ọ bụzikwa ndị Igbo. A sị na okwu a na-asa anya adịghị ebe ọsịsọ. Ndị Igbo onye mere anyị ife ha. I see you are what you listen to. They know they're going to get that. Your boyfriend wanna suck my dick. All those rubbish. Oh God, they got a chukuma. Oh my God, the chukuma ndege. I am the Jumanya. Everest or Kuchonian Kusi. Headmaster called 1967 thereabout. Morocco Maluka. Ali Chukuma. Celestin Uku. Okwe. Okwe, bright Chimezie. He had massacred me, Merendo, but on when I can go to Pua. But over and Chocobo on NATO. 5 southeastern governors are useless. One on the game with dog and the funny. For the fact you know they made any attempts to release Mazim. You know when I trouble the election. Governor Peter to be Simba. He joined the Shiakita the election. Soludo, re-election. Hope was on the man and John on the Tinya. Alex Otia Banikon. After statement here. Only one gonna mazin na the Kanu Gapota. Now the conversation now bring fag about the public. Now they don't good if the public until or materialize here, which is normal. Governor one year with for some of you. One leg you okay. Nnamdi Kanu nọ na prison. Oge ọbụla ndị Hausa na-akwagharị ya, akwapụ ya, akwapụta ya for how many years? Onye nwanne ya nọ n'ụzọ. Pismas, Maluka. APC. Kemaka APC. Ị na-efe from Abuja to London. Then Lagos to London. APC. Funny enough, when we fed up with APC now, but they go nobody hug. Kemaka Costaris. Kemaka innocent. Okay, innocent na GT Bank you oku. But when they will be at this, some men with that shame. Tony Lumelu, UBA. Satonia Lumelu, some of you as well, all of you. Follow Igbo, all of you, some of you. It's a shame. Former governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi. Former governor of Anambra State, William Biano. Former governor of Abia State, T.O. Former governor of mee ya akacha. Na the same Nigeria, agboro onye Hausa ji egbe n'ọnụ gbapụta pinye ya egbe. Ha nọ n'iru Nigerian forces na-eke ego. All the height of insult. A tribe and a rate the greatest tribe in the world. A tribe everybody wants to associate with. Tribe nwe chi ụbọ ọkalibo. Tribe nwe chi ime ifeanyị chukwu nwe obodo. Tribe mụtara ogbonna ya ọnụ. Science and technology. Tribe mụrụ osito siri nwa ọsadebe. Tribe mụrụ Nnamdi Azikiwe. Tribe mụrụ agụ iyi n'osi. Thomas Omonakwe. Tribe mụrụ nzọọgwụ Chukwu Makadona nzọọgwụ. Emmanuel Ifeajuna. Tribe mụrụ Chukwu Emeka Odumegwu Chukwu. Tribe bụ mụta maka anụ Nwankwọ. Okocha bụ onye Delta. Igbo asịgịrị onye Delta. N'elu ihe eji ndị Igbo eme ebe niile. Elekọta m ụdị ego ndị Igbo nwere na Lagos ala na-agba m. Ije na Abuja. Akpọben Senator Rochas Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha. If you don't know, he's one of the 5 strongest Igbo men alive. Rochas Okorocha is comfortably living in Abuja. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in prison. Imaso onye kwuo ọnwụọ. Onye kwuro ọnwụọ. So, I'm update tata. Achọrọ m ikwu. Nkwuo no problem. Nkwuo no problem. But I want to reawaken in our consciousness to what is going on in Igbo. There were a lot of barbarians. There were a lot of snipers in Igbo. Most especially in Igbo State and Anambra. Onye gbagbuo nwanne ya, ọsụna Biafra ka ọ na-azọ. N'ihe o ji agbagbu nwanne ya bụ ka hapụrụ ya Nnamdi Kanu. All these things are criminals. All these people are rogues. I know you. Sibiko. Sirop kene Nnamdi Kanu. Ka ịnwa na ka enwe onye bụ egbe nọrọ n'ime ọfịa. A tribe dị ka ndị Igbo. Ọ Igbo ka Nigeria ji bido mere achọ ka enwe Biafra. Ọ Igbo ji Nigeria. Ọ ndị Igbo ga-enwe ụlọ na Asokoro, nwee na Maitama, nwee na Katambe Station. Ọ ndị Igbo ga-enwe na Banana Island, nwee na Ikorodu. Ọ ndị Igbo ga-enwe ma na Kemafi, ebe asị na most expensive place na Lagos. Ikoyi. Mana enwere onye ahụama onye Hausa ma onye Yoruba nwere ụlọ n'Enugu steeti. None of them. Enwere ka m kwuo Enugu Mafia mbi. Enwere onye Hausa ma onye Yoruba nwere ụlọ na Enugu ambi. Mana ama m ndị Enugu nwere ụlọ na Maitama, nwee na Asokoro, nwee na Wuse 1, Wuse 2. Ebe ọbụla egbara afa ka ekwere ebe ha bi. Joey Zaza, E-Money, Cubana Prime Minister, Ijela Aguleri, Senko. No one can have asked now richest Igbo man na Lagos. Panteka. If any now no call. Instigator na PH. Man Chico. Man Igbo raw. On a man from the Igbo, who for that and Igbo guitar, and I forgot what I make a if you were a governor, whatever idiot. All I need is Igbo, governor the Igbo. Governor go to hell. You will look at him with Igbo Nara on a daisy. There's a Boko Hopper. What are you telling me? Governor go to Kingway. Igbo Newi. One for reason. And Newi. You know, I can send name with your piano. Igbo one for reason. Cook. your mother's go forward, go to her, you have go for nonsense. You know, when you work at government with power, government 8 years, equal for life. Hey! I'm a man, Oliver, you can't go there, man. I cannot know me where he was home, man. He was in if you don't know Oliver. They got it. Oliver, you can't go to like 7 minutes to 1 man after. Also, you follow it with the bubble also. Also, the Agonos or Ganagani. Also, sworn I was in if you don't know. Gaben Digo and Ibono. Yemrican more. Bunch of idiots. Oh, no, Korea, take the video to them. Bunch of animals. A full government who does that. Igwe Nanibo. If a man who rig election, a Kuroto check a idiot. Hey! The man who government Igbo, open up a gear, we went with the Atonda Bobogi. It's a Sinachi. It's a Sinachi. Alpha Mano. Why are we where we are today? Not the canon and Gauno Kuna and Mania. I see Kuna and Mania. Do the right thing. I remember someone like Chobo Kadibo.
For those of you who don't understand what he's saying, he's speaking Igbo. Igbo is a dialect in Biafra. He's calling out all those big boys, big men who said they are billionaires, who said they are influencials, who said they are millionaires, they are kingmakers in Igbo land, in Biafran territory. He asking them they can never be influential or powerful when their son, Mazin Nandekan, or their children are being intimidated and harassed all over Nigeria, and they are not doing anything. So he's calling them out. That is the essence why I'm playing out this video. The hatred that they have against Mazin Nandekano, that is why they are keeping quiet. That is why they are not doing anything to release our leader. Rather, they are benefiting from the incarceration of Mazin Nandekano.
A lot of idiots, a lot of irresponsible men in power. And their concern now is how to go back to power. About 2027 now, I gave me or they have very difficult. They you go my aqua jalo. They you go my aqua madu jamu. If you can be able to madu made thank you for killing me. Oh no. People are suffering. There were more than 10 people for fundraising. Let me tell you one thing. Abuja. Ndi Igbo no na Abuja seen that Nashetima, Vice President of Nigeria, be a Senate Medical and Kidney Center Abuja. Berkeley appeal in down sunny the no day. The following day, Governor of Bono State, he and now when he go to Senate and verify. As if the governor of Bono State came to Senate Medical and Kidney Center Abuja and clear bills of every hour summer and there. Chineke kusu dị n'eke ndị agha kee ihe chi ga-abụ amaghị m ihe ga-abụ ma ọ bụghị n'anya ebere Chineke chebe nwa gị ya bụ abụ ụmụ Chineke na-abụ ụmụ Igbo na-abụ na Abuja esem na ndị Igbo bịarụ na Mandelas ama mmiri ebe a na-anwa aka ebe ndị Igbo kacha nwa ego na Lagos asị gị nọ na Mandelas asị gị nọ na Trade Fair asị gị nọ na Ladipo a na-anwa aka.
Yes, this our brother is trying to tell you how these Igbo eflefus, all these billionaires, how they front their money, their wealth outside, demonstrating how rich they are. But they are not influential to the extent of releasing their own brother who have been incarcerated for a very long time, 4 years. 4 years in detention, and you can come out and be proudly calling yourself a big boy in Biafra land or Igbo land. You have money. You are powerful. You know this person. You know president. You know vice. You know this. You are a kingmaker. And you are this. You are powerful. Yet your brother is in detention and your legs, your hands are clipped. You are powerless to bring him out. All of you that call yourself billionaires, you build houses all over Abuja and Lagos, all over Nigeria. You flaunt your wealth here and there, yet you cannot stand your ground and demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who committed no crime. You are there, Abakayeri is not extradited to the US. You are there, Sunday Igboho was released. Yet you cannot fight for the release of your brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I say shame to all of them from A to Z. All these people, all these efulefus that he called here, it is a shameful thing for them to be bragging and parading themselves all around Biafran territory as people who are wealthy or as people who are influential. Whereas Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only strongest man we have in Biafran territory that the whole people listen to, the whole Biafran people adore him. They allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be detained by people who are not powerful, who are not wealthy, like the Igbo race or the Biafran race. It is quite unfortunate and very, very shameful indeed.
None of them is living up to Your Highness, if local government chairman, you could not okay. Hey, hey, general to walk before. Get this guy now. That for general you going to walk before. You gonna tell no good. I know village. I know your driver. There will be equal command quack. Yeah, but I know like I feel I can't be equal. Equal one quack. Die. Okachiyo Bonibo. Okay? Christmas Bonibo. Okay? APC Bonibo. Ekenadi Chuku Bonibo. Ibe to Bonibo. Imanandi Jero Kwochuku. Mostly Igbo rich men. Dan Obachaka is Chuku transport. Ekenadi Chuku. Hadrosi. Christmas. APC go play. Our business is okay. But I want to do it. I will write this. I am on APC again for not supporting Igbo cause. APC the rich enough. Igbo free Igbo man as Asia. APC will get this in APC 5 who gets in London, Bata, Puja, or Lagos free. Kandi Igbo be a block or Sovilla. I had a being no go. Obo Nambaria president, we must for your man of war. I'm a phone you can get no war. Ndaria comment on a canaso. As no matter so broken. Into your two go. You can imagine. E-money. Obi Kubana, my Jowisasa, my Airpiece, my Cosmas, my Costaris, my Game Mafia, Ibeto, Chief Priest, instigator on PH. Onyo Opona Bata, Naso Villa, Pete Tochia, and we're going to also present in a Paru by a Pete Tochio. How can I get it? I see him now, Biko. Mr. President, here, Biko. How can I do it? Do I know? How can I do it? I come out to continue with Yoruba. Only the reason I was any day, pray to you know, I was a man who make a prospect. You know, I thought on all year, no, now you could bet. My make off for. And I make off for. Yeri na nọ n'ala Igbo Nnamdi Kanu efiri na na-akwagharị ya Chimaroke Nnamani ka dị ndụ ndị Enugu amara ife Chineke mere ọrụ Chimaroke Nnamani ana m enwe nwa regret ruo taa ebiro m n'Enugu oge Chimaroke Nnamani bụ gọvanọ ana m like talk and do Ogbasna Fab is doing what something like that Chimaroke Nnamani bụ onye that is power for you. Chimaroke Nnamani say, I am going to get you now. They can't walk out here. A man who will never go back. And when someone like Chinyako and Enugua, Chinyako, I can't position of women over there. But federal. Someone like Everest, or then and one more, when I don't know the flick go before I'm home. The man don't have service in a helicopter. On your goes an animal. Then we'll governor Peter to be sent back. The only polished governor, then when I live now, the man that can deliver speech without paper, on our total, take whatever action, one is zero. Governor Peter to be sent back, zero. One is Chineke can not do it. Until these rascals of governors and Sabefonu who got the chap. Agwan Buruburu. Agwan Ikeni Jamam on your attitude, no long revelation. No man of football and about Fortune by Mamonyo. A mamma only represents Ikeni Naburuburu. Moban Hagada. Potano's ever David, the one Hagada, Hadidata. Jehovah goes so in a Genagabunokum. What would an attack? Nina Sigina, Unyapia, Jabonian or Rumia, is here while singing on a Biafra. What I can't in the Ukraine now. Only Ukraine, Jabonia Ukraine, still on a Ukraine. You went to see Ukraine or Sogiga, Ania. The only remedy when you put Romas in Nandica. Bonyai. And was only what I'm mother when you mosha. I want them when you and then we also I am a law. Atamo, when you're about of an amuneki. But you're passing the Aqua. Sing up a bit of war. Other than a war. Nation I can see you people don't go to Mulurana. You won't with them with Mulurana anyway. Chico Baragu, Chuku can't get fair. Can't get fair, Chuku jet. The ship go jet. Jet da na Abuja. Jet da. Belt dochie aka. Orito ebubedike. Moki Igbo kacha mụ ebube. Oni doro ịma mbebe, oni doro ịzọ ụkwụ n'ala. Mmụọ na mmadụ. Nwa na nwa Anambra jide ebube na Aritu. Nwoke ama nwụrata n'ụwa. Belt dochie. Kele Mohameze. Ghana yo Ghana yo. Osofia. Onye ọbụla fere akụpe na Asofia. Adalu president, ị ga-adalu president. Ma ịtọrọ ị ga-adalu ya. Isi na ịbụ president bụ ihe ụmụazị ji eburu ya. Isi na ịbụ kanselọ dị isi ji eburu ya. Abịa adalu president n'anya. Ihere ga-emetiri bụ. You can imagine ebe onye dị ka ọgadagide. Daalụ gị n'anya. Si gị biko. Tọọlụ gị inu. Ịkpọnye nwe ya. Ọ bụla nna dị ka anụ apụta Nigeria mebiri following day. But these people are wicked. Some of them might even be negotiating their political future within the Kano's incarceration. Yeah, no good there. No put maybe election. Engage in that. As when the right shots is in authority, people rejoice. And then we're now a bunch of rascals. The only man asking all they negotiate oil contract with the country. Prince Anto, Ibe Chuku Eze, the Prince of Igbo Kingdom, the man of the Anambra local government. Achomu Kureba Ato. Ate Eze no Bobo Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu no n'ime nka. Emeka Ọfọbụ onye Igbo. Onye nke bụ Emeka anya ọkụ. Dịrị na bụ ndị Igbo. N'elu ndị Nnewi. Costaris. Chikasi. Innocent. Sen. Nnamdi Kanu nọ na nka. Ọjị ụzọ Kalụ. With all due respect, shame on you. Shame on you, Ọjị ụzọ Kalụ. Evangelist Obukobi. Evangelist Chukwu Ebuka Anụzie. Achọghị m ịma ya iche. I don't care to know your opinion. A man of God na ala Igbo na-adị stronger, more powerful than Evangelist Chukwu Ebuka Anụzie. Also the mobile political war sentiment. Ana m ayọ gị Chukwu Ebuka Anụzie obi ogene ịma na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ na nga ka maka fada ejike mkpaka nwoke ji kaseti redio kaseti na pịa wọta bụ bilile oge anyị mpe ka maka fada ọkụ na-ere ere ka maka fada ebube mmụọ nsọ a ga-agụba ndị Pentikọstal n'ala Igbo. Agụba mfadede nwoke nwe Caritas University nwe Madonna nwe Osisatek udo niile nọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ n'ime nga ebe mfada dị ike ha niile nọ okwu akarịa mana asị ya dịba asị na onye fochi okwu ọzọ adị mana nke fochi adị mana Chineke ka o so n'eke ndị agha onye gbalite nta asị m kwuo okwu a na ọ ga-echekwa m iche ịma na Chineke dịrị m ọrụ anyị tara anyị ya ese na ịbụ gọvanọ na ịbụ one useless speaker ị na-speak for idiot ma ọ na ịbụ igwe abụ ya dịdeti igwe na-atụ gọvanọ egwu igwe na-eme emekọrọ igwe o kwesịrị gọvanọ na-abata na fọshọn igwe nọrọ na ọgwụ ya bụ igwe certificate ya dịba. I wish people like Obigwe, Party Obasi. I wish in a can on the tata. And it's lyrical facts I win a push. This terrible scenario, circumstance or situation I know there. Every day I see every man in Imo, every man in Enugu, every man in Anambra, we're not tired. Ndale Biafra, Undori, Onyori, Ocho, you want to sympathy, Biafra. That is how criminals get sympathy. They just Biafra. You want to know how you Biafra, Biafra. Or Biafra, no matter how it ended.
Biafrans, you have heard it. This is one of our brother, though he's not one of those who are fighting for Biafra. He said a lot of things, called out a lot of Biafrans, a lot of Biafrans or Igbos who are doing well, bragging about their position and their wealth, yet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. That is very, very sad. So I think I've spoken much. Join us on the studio and make your own contribution. Very, very important. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. All these vagabonds in power, all these useless governors, speakers, House of Rep, Igwes, PGs, local government chairmen, representatives, and councillors, all these useless individuals, they are not in support of our freedom, and they hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why they left Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the custody of the DSS. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Or you can call the line on the screen and make your contribution.
I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Nigerians for their support since I released the first video yesterday about Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. This protest is born out of sincerity and honesty, with the display of shame and disgrace that happened in Katsina last week. We all know that for years Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And as I'm talking to you, Nnamdi Kanu is having and he's battling with health challenges even while in prison. But it's rather unfortunate with the display of shame and disgrace that happened in Katsina by the bandit commander. The question we ask, do we have a country? The question we need to ask, do we have a nation? The question we need to ask, do we have a constitution? And if we have a constitution, then as Nigerians, we need to ask ourselves and ask the federal government question, why the double standard? If the bandit commander can come and address Nigeria like schoolboys and address Nigeria by threatening Nigerians, by killing one of the headers, that he will kill more Hausas and Northerners, and he is moving freely. Why should Nnamdi Kanu should still be in place? The question I ask, why the double standard? And it is a question that every Nigerian should be asking. Double standards by the federal government of Nigeria. And that is why the call for one Nigeria, one voice, protest is born out of sincerity and honesty, equity and justice for all Nigeria citizens. One Nigeria, one voice protest. One Nigeria, one voice protest is a national call for all Nigerians of good conscience. It's not a regional protest. It's not a tribal protest, but it's a sincere protest born out of sincerity. I am calling of all Nigeria with good conscience to come out in mass. Those in Jos, Plateau, Kaduna, Kogi, and Abuja to come on Independence Day at Eagle Square to support this call. And I'm also calling on very dark black man to help us. Abuja is your constituency. We are coming from the north. You can help us to call the IG of police in preparation to this protest. The Rate president, I know you have the platform, and I'm also calling of all the Nigeria bloggers and social media influencers, those with good conscience and sincerity, so that our brother Nnamdi Kanu will be free. I'll bring up subsequent videos in preparation for this call and for this peaceful protest. May God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Igbos politicians are useless, very, very useless. The governors of Southeast are very, very useless. The Indigbo as a Igbo social group is also a very useless organization. The Southeast governors are so useless, they are useless to themselves, and they are even useless to their people. If not because these people are so useless, I see no reason that Nnamdi Kanu should still be in detention, dramatically kidnapped in Kenya, brought into this country, and then dramatic allegation against him. For many years he has been in detention. And look at what is happening in the north. The play of shame and disgrace in the north. In the north, the northern politician actually agitated for the forgiveness of Boko Haram. Boko Harams were forgiven, clothed, they were given money, clothes, and they were even fed with rice and chicken. And look at the recent disgrace and shame, the display of disgrace and shame of this country in Katsina. Just this week, where bandits and haters came with their ammunition, talking with tenacity and without any fear, with ammunitions, AK-47s, with ammunition, come for peace reconciliation. They were boastful and talking to Nigerians and federal government as if they were addressing school children. And yet Kanu is in detention. And somebody will not tell me that the Eastern governors are useless. Look, the South need to wake up. Oh. The South need to wake up. Because what the North is doing is actually, it's so dramatic and so disgustful and so it's so shame. And it's so disgusting to the extent that you ask either we have one country. We ask either we even have a constitution in this country. Do we have a constitution authority in this country? Different rules for different regions and for different people. Nigeria is a joke.
Nigeria is really a joke. Thank you so much. And Southeast politicians are jokers. They are not concerned about the freedom of their people. They are not concerned about our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I salute every one of you that were part of this broadcast. Like and share and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed as well. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, must be freed. He committed no crime known to law. He's only fighting for the freedom of his people. I salute him, I appreciate him. Our Prime Minister as well must be freed. He committed no crime. He's only fighting for his people. I salute him as well. I appreciate and salute the acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. the messenger for Biafra. I also appreciate the Information Minister, Mazi Soni Akbarawa, the Kokondem of our time. I also salute our lobbyists, Elias and Jim Moran, for their good works in Washington, D.C. I also appreciate our attorney, Dabiri, for what he's doing for the freedom of the Biafran people, making sure that the betrayers, the sabos, are held accountable for the atrocities. And I say airborne to the Biafran Defense Forces. Thank you so much, Biafrans. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do that now, so that anytime we come online, anytime we come live, you will get notification. Ndewo no mu Chineke. And goodbye from here.